Some of you are probably wondering why I've devoted so many videos recently toward exposing the idiocy and criminality of race hustlers. The reason is simple. There's been a flood of news about them, mostly about them getting caught doing what they do best, lying and stealing. And Devon Horton is a prime example of a man who's done both. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dredd to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dredd Show.
The leader of Georgia's third largest school district is now the subject of a massive federal indictment. I'm Blair Miller.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. DeKalb County Superintendent Dr. Devon Horton faces more than a dozen charges, all of them connected to what investigators say happened before he came to Metro Atlanta.
Don't fool yourselves into thinking that his criminality stopped once he crossed the Georgia border. How many among you think that after Devon left Illinois, that Jesus showed up at his bedside and convinced him to give up his evil ways?
Tonight, Horton is on paid leave. The school board announced the change today in an emergency meeting.
Paid leave. That'll teach him.
Now, there is a lot to unpack with this story.
Our Niamani Watson begins our team coverage tonight. Niamani, you combed through this indictment,
I thought this guy was blind when I first watched this.
then spoke with a lawyer about Horton's legal fight ahead.
I did, and this indictment accuses Horton of some very serious financial charges. And again, this allegedly happened during his previous role in Chicago. And the attorney I spoke with, who was not representing Horton, believes prosecutors may have a strong case. Tonight, Dr. Devon Horton.
See this dude in the purple suit? I don't like the looks of him. I think I'm going to have to go and kick his butt. By the way, quit calling these people doctor. There are tons of people who have doctorates that you don't call doctor. But for some reason, you always roll that salutation out when it's a race hustler.
Temporarily out as DeKalb County Superintendent, accused of committing fraud, kickbacks, and misusing funds. School board members making the tough call.
While we cannot comment on confidential personnel matters, we are concerned by these allegations.
How is this a tough call? At some point, I'd like reporters to quit making these value judgments. The people you see on the screen are the ones that decide whether it was a tough call or not. It shouldn't have been, especially since he was placed on paid leave. It's not like they executed him.
Before Horton became DCSD superintendent, he led the Evanston-Skokie School District 65, a suburb of Chicago, from 2020 to 2023. The indictment alleges during that time, Horton was part of a scheme to defraud the school district of money and property.
And this case is going to have a lot of irrefutable documents involved since it's primarily a financial case.
Josh Schiffer is an Atlanta criminal defense attorney who is not representing Horton.
Well, if I'm Devon, I would hope not.
Horton's indictment claims he abused his power as superintendent to award certain people contracts in exchange for receiving some money back.
The superintendent's really charged with sending those contracts to people he was in cahoots with, people that didn't necessarily deserve those contracts and were going to pay him back for receiving those contracts through a kickback after washing the money through a couple of different agencies and other processes.
What he's describing is called money laundering. Not only does this sound like conspiracy, this is edging close to a RICO case. Here's an excerpt from the actual indictment. It was further part of the scheme that Horton, Antonio Ross, Samuel Ross, and Lewis formed and caused the formation of companies, namely Connecting the Dots, Asset Protection, and New Flight 35, to apply as vendor companies for professional service contracts with District 65, that's Horton's district. And through the use of these companies, concealed and disguised the fact that portions of payments that District 65 made to the companies would be kicked back to Horton.
The indictment shows he awarded one contract for more than $139,000. In a statement, Horton's attorney, who is based in Chicago, said in part, quote, "The allegations in Chicago relate to conduct that is several years old and have nothing whatsoever to do with his very successful work on behalf of the students, families, and teachers in DeKalb County."
That's your defense? That's all your lawyer could dream up? Your client is in serious trouble. He just got federally indicted. And all you could do is tell everyone, well, this happened a long time ago in a different state. How long ago? 3 years. It's not like something he did as a juvenile. Now, what about this doctor business? Well, his LinkedIn shows that he obtained his EDD, of course, from the University of Chicago. Oh, wait, that would be impressive. No, he got it from Chicago State University. Fake PhD investigator tried to pull down his dissertation, but guess what? Devon hasn't allowed the library to provide it to the public. Gee, where have we seen such shenanigans before? Oh yeah, Umar Johnson. Luckily, PhD investigator found a copy of Umar's, and I took great joy in destroying it in my past videos. So how did he get hired? Well, he turned in a job application which required a CV and a 2-page statement of purpose, or whatever it was called. In my next video, I'll read it while keeping in mind that it was supposed to represent Devon putting his best foot forward, and that Devon has a doctorate. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.